In this video, we will show you some critical tips and warnings for setting up and disassembling your TRAK 2.0 kayak. When assembling your bow and stern frame, make sure to secure and lock each push button. If you don't, the hydraulic jacks can cause some serious damage to the tubes. Before you place the assembled bow and stern frames in the skin, make sure both frames have all push buttons in place. Your TRAK 2.0 kayak comes with 3 identical hydraulic jacks, with the side jacks working against the keel jack to produce a rigid structure. But we caution you to be careful with them. They place a high amount of pressure on the frame system. You have to be especially careful when applying jack pressure on land. When using the keel jack on land, place one hand on the keel tube to hold it down, while pumping the jack with the other hand. But don't pump more than 10 times in the keel on land, and no more than 6 pumps in the side jacks. Once you're on the water, with your weight down on the seat, you can put in as much rocker as you'd like. One of the trickiest parts of the setup is closing the keter. There are a few key tips to make this process simple and effective, including making sure the cockpit coaming is as far forward as possible. One thing to make sure to avoid: don't try to close the keter when the deck fabric is not lined up and parallel. A key step is to push the coaming forward as far as possible. Then apply a few pumps on each side jack before closing up the keter and locking it into place. Remember to keep the keter clean and apply some MX5 lubrication regularly. Okay, now for disassembly. One of the key tricks is a technique we call breaking the nose to separate the frames from the end of the skin. If you try to remove your frames without doing this, expect a lot of frustration. They won't likely come out without causing damage. Place hands like this and wiggle back and forth with some force, a bit at a time, until you end up with a few finger gap and you can remove the frames easily. Put one hand down on the skin as you pull out the frame with the other hand. Then do the same with the bow frame. Another good suggestion is to apply some MX5 along the keel tube and on the plastic end plate, so they slide in and out easier. The key to packing is to protect your carbon fiber ribs. Don't place them where they may see metal contact. This could damage their surface. A great suggestion is to pack the ribs inside the folds of your skin. You can even use some of your soft gear for protection of the smaller ribs. Now you're ready to get out there and practice, practice, practice.